Hey, sorry. Hi, everyone. I there's something happening with the internet. I hear beeping outside. Maybe they're working on it. I've got 3 different internets at this house. One is lightning fast, one is okay, one I've never used. But I mean, I was trying to go live and it was spinning for 4 minutes. And so I changed to another internet and voila, here we are. Glad to have you with me. My name is Lucinda. This is my channel, Fantastic Finds or Fantastic Vintage Finds. It's a play on words, right? I think we all get that. I am going to type my email into the chat. My email is also in my channel description. And as I'm doing that, please take note that you should be in live chat all messages. So take a moment to look at your settings, make sure you're in live chat, and taking a breath. I hope everyone's doing fantastic today. We're getting really close to the biggest of all holiday parties for many, many people. And we're in the middle of Hanukkah, which is, also a very large and important holiday celebration. There's a lot going on. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And I've been enjoying watching all the resellers with all their incredible vintage Christmas and just vintage collectibles and antiques. It's been a blast. Yesterday, I was on Janine's Friends Selling with Friends, and my computer acted up. So I was 5 minutes late. So Jen took my spot and I had the spot after. But it was great. It was wonderful. Sadly, I couldn't stay and support all the other resellers because I had to take my father to a post-operative surgery appointment. And I like to stay and support all the people that are there supporting me. So that felt bad, but it couldn't be helped. I'm Lucinda. I have been dealing in vintage since the 80s. My husband had a vintage toy store. And then in 2001, I was exclusively a vintage jewelry reseller on eBay. Back in the days when you had to mail people a check. Yeah, it was a much longer process, but I loved it. I have a lot of that jewelry. I don't have it here today, but I am slowly offloading it. I ship from California. So this is a offer up platform where I put in the starting price, which is the least that I would accept for an item. And if more than one person is interested, you would put in a higher bid. And then I'll count it down, going once, going twice, and sold. If you have a tendency to lag, make sure to pay attention and get the bids in. I do not do just in cases on my channel because I think it's unfair. Those who have lightning fast internet or those who really want that item can throw in, a just in case of $100, and everyone else, goes, and doesn't bid. So I just take the highest bid. I use Pirate Ship from California. Pirate Ship saves you about a third on shipping, similar to eBay. And that's it. This is some kitsch, some gifts, some collectibles, and my last Christmas vintage ornaments or otherwise sale of the year. I will also have a sale, but not Christmas, next week on the 20th, because I have a live sale every Wednesday at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. So I'll have my regular Wednesday sale next Wednesday, but I will not be bringing Christmas because it couldn't possibly get to you in time. As it is, we're pushing it. So I had my live sale with Janine's yesterday. I'm invoicing those people right after this sale, and I will be invoicing you right after this sale. If you get that payment to me by tomorrow morning, I will get everything shipped out by tomorrow early afternoon, and you should get the item no problem. If it's something you really want and you're worried about getting it, send me an email with your information, or if I already have your information, send me an email and say, I want this for a gift. I need to put this on my tree. Send it regular USPS or send it priority, and I will do that, and I will bill you accordingly. Okay? We're having a really nice day here. It's not getting too cold here in the Bay Area. I'm at my father's San Francisco Bay Area. And it's not getting too hot. It's that just kind of nice in between with the last little bit of color in the leaves. And for that, I give thanks. So I see I've got a couple people here. Thank you for being here. I love it when you all engage with me in the chat because it gives me something to bounce off of. I learn from you all, and I just enjoy it more than just talking to myself. So if you ever want to not lurk and come in and chat, say hi. Tell me something about the item. Tell me your grandmother had it. Tell me you already have it. Okay. So I'm going to start going through. I'm going to go through a little quicker than normal so that I can do a recap, because this is the last of the ornaments, and I'm selling them at a little bit lower price because I'd like y'all to have them, and I'd like to not put them away for a whole year. So I'm going to go a little faster on everything. Okay. All right. So saying that, I'm not necessarily starting off with ornaments. And I am going to do a recap. I never do recaps, but I'm going to do a fast and furious recap today. So first thing I'm going to start out with today is this gorgeous made in Chile. I believe it's a peppers or salsa pot. It is beautiful. I do not know if it's vintage or not. If I took a guess, I would say yes, because the redware is a little heavier. It's not thin, more like a tourist piece, but use your own judgment. I do not know. I just know that it's incredibly gorgeous. And I bought it at a table with all vintage items. So I suspect it is. I suspect it's at least 20 years old, if not 30. I'm going to go around and show you. First, we saw the lady of the house. And then on the other side here is the gentleman of the house. And this starts at 20. There's the gentleman in that kind of traditional, reminds me of like Bogota. And that would be Colombia. But that's a very similar, this kind of hat. I don't know the name of this hat. It's not a fedora. But there's that certain style of hat. And he's playing music. They're up in the high desert. I'm going to show you the lid. Then I will show you the bottom where it's signed. And again, on my channel, if I don't tell you there's damage, there's not. So unless I tell you, there's not. This is the lid. It's absolutely beautiful. It is glazed inside, which makes it safe to put your food items in, because it's not just going into the redware, into the pottery, although they do that all the time. And South America people seem fine. They're not poisoned. They're not dead. So, maybe we should take a lesson that we don't need quite so much additives in the things we store our food in. I think the inside is gorgeous. And here is the bottom. It says Chile or Chile and rosin. I believe it's ROSEN. I have not researched this. I have not looked it up. So for all I know, this is a famous artist. I don't know. It would be to your benefit if it was. I love the little designs on the side. Very Mayan, Aztec reminiscent. And it's, this is all glazed. And I just think it's beautiful. Christmas time, year round, a gift for yourself. Someone put a lot of time and energy and work into this. They're a true artisan. The swirl of the handle. It is, let me put the lid back in here. It is, I showed this yesterday, but I'm showing it again because it's a new acquisition and I think it's fabulous. It is about 3 inches tall and without the lid. Whoop, that won't help us. I can't do centimeters. And 4 inches wide at the bottom. $20. $20. And I may bring this back one more sale. And after that, I've been accepted as a knickknacks reseller, and I will throw it up there because I suspect I could get about 40 for this. This is about half price because it's beautiful. I like it, but I can't keep everything. Okay. Whoop. We're going to pass on that for now. Next up is just this cute but very appealing $10. And you know what? This is a buy it now, and I'll tell you the letter. It's a buy it now paper mache composite like. Could be wood. Is it wood? I think it's that paper mache composite. Little fat grumpy cat box. Yes, that's what I call it. It's a little fat grumpy cat box. You know Grumpy Cat? And I have a cat and I have a dog, and he has little feet, big fat nose with the cat, back legs, little tail. It's slightly indented. The tail is slightly raised. Here's the bottom with the sticker on it, of course, because that's the way I am. Basically, I'm sorry. I've been running with my dad's surgery and transitioning from one house to another house down to here. It's a lot of work. So I'm making double. There's the bottom. It's just black. And inside, here's the little box. I hate doing that, showing the label, but we all know that everyone picks them up somewhere and then turns around and sells them. It's repurposing, if you will. Really, we're repurposing and collecting at the same time. And so there it is. Buy it now, letter B. Buy it now, letter B. It is, let's see, this little cat is about 2.5 inches long by about 3 inches tall. And it's just perfect to put like a tiny little gift in. And I think he's amusing and makes me happy. So letter B, buy it now. Think about it. Let me know. $10. Okay. Passing on that for now. And by the way, if you've been here before, you know this. I'll tell you now. If you see something on the replay or you see something in the preview or you come in late and you go through at the little settings wheel where you can make the playback speed ×2 and you see something you like, send me an email, put it in the chat and say, hey, I'm interested in that. Is it still available? Okay. This starts at 20. I do not know the maker. I bought it from another reseller. I'm only making a few dollars, but I absolutely love this. Love this. It is a very old. It's got all the straw marks in the glass. Do you see that? Amber pinched in to an actual kind of point in 4 places around it. See how it's, see that? It's actually indented and it's almost like a bubble in there. Applied handle. It is about 5 inches tall, by about 3 inches wide at its widest. It's really cool. I do not know the maker. I'm really bad at that. I've never seen this pinched in. I mean, it literally, my finger goes down in there with the little bubbles on one of these. So I do not know. It's gorgeous amber. Here's the bottom. The poncho was smoothed out, but it was, clearly pulled off. It is not a hobbyist piece. I just don't know my glass makers. And the person that sold this to me didn't say who it was. So, but see this, how it goes in? And then down here, it's just beautiful. So $20 for this gorgeous picture that goes with anything and you can do anything with. For instance, it goes with your red glass. I'll be bringing this up next, so I might as well leave it here. It goes with your red glass. It goes with, I'm just trying to show you. Hold on. It goes with like your salt and peppers on your coffee bar or on your table. Put your picks in here. Put your dried flowers. Put dried flowers in here. Give it as a hostess gift. Boom. You're done and done. Okay. So I'm going to pass on that. Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Angie. Well, I don't know, Karen. Is it Blanco? See, I don't know. That's my problem. I don't know. Do you think it is? Do you have a lot of experience with Blanco? Where'd it go? Because Blanco did indent things like this. It does have that kind of vibe. I'm just, I'm not good with it. It's definitely, more the 60s, 70s, or earlier because of the, see all the lines, the straw marks? It's a wonderful older piece. And I've never seen something like this. So possibly, I think it's great. If you're a glass collector, I'd pick it up. I don't, glass isn't my love. So I have a few pieces. But if you know if it's Blanco, please let me know. You don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know either. This starts at 10. I just typed in 100. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. I'll research it before I bring it back next time. Thank you for that heads up, because that's a possibility. So I brought this before. This will probably be the last time. And it is a wonderful red elephant toad, is what they call this when it's bulbous feet, with gold flocking, nope, gold glitter, I'm not using the right words, wrapped around the whole thing up to the top. You see how there's the feet? It's a paperweight. I do not know if this is something like a Murano, although it has a kind of high quality feeling to it. but I don't know my glass. See the bottom where the gold wraps around and goes up? I believe it's 1, 2, 3. It's a 6-footed. 6-footed. Weighs maybe 1/4 pound. It's really well done. Here's the bottom. Totally smooth. There's the clear. The red is inside. There's a clear glass outside. The gold flecking and lines go all the way up. The top is just a little ball, and it just sits like this. It is about 2.25 inches. I think it's spectacular. And I wish in the sunlight you can really see these gold sparkles. And yes, it's red. Yes, it's Christmas. But I have brought this several times way before the holiday season. There you go. $10. So let me go ahead and bring these little guys because I showed them. How are you guys today, Karen and Angie? How's it going where you are? $13 for Mr. and Mrs. Owl shakers. They both have on their aprons. These are some kind of cooking canisters. They're hauling around. Maybe they're going to go out and barbecue. I don't know. Salt and pepper. These are an interesting composite. They're like a bisque. A bisque. They're not porcelain. They kind of remind me of possibly like a Homeco mid-70s vibe. That's how I feel. Here's the back of what they look like. Here's the bottom. The person who had this particular ones used them. They have the rubber stoppers, which is also indicator of later than all those 50s shakers. But there is no chips, no cracks, no wear, except on the bottom because someone used them. $13, Mr. and Mrs. Owl. I think they're fun. I think, I know it's Christmas, but not that long from now, people are going to be out barbecuing. People barbecue throughout the winter. And what these say to me is barbecue. These say, take me out to the grill and use me to spice up your meats. Put me on your picnic table. Give me as a gift to someone who loves to barbecue. I don't know why they remind me of barbecuing, but they do. And now talking about that, I want barbecue. And I really wish I was in the South to get good barbecue. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have brought that up. I really shouldn't have brought that up. Okay. Gonna pass on that for now. And I'm going to bring something that I picked up that I think is beautiful. I could not believe it when I found these in their box. Starts at $25 for both. Let me grab them. One day, y'all have a cart. One day. Okay. So these are Ainsley, England. Still in their boxes. I mean, I just hope nobody keeps their box. I don't know. These were probably given as a wedding gift is what I think. And I'm not clear that they were ever used. They are Ainsley, England, hand modeled, hand painted, fine boned china. I will show you the inside of the box in a minute. but I want to give you an example of what you're looking at. These are Capodimonte fine porcelain, hand molded, hand painted place card holders. There are 8 in total. There is no damage. Like I said, I believe they were given as a wedding gift and never used. There's the bottom. They are maybe an inch by an inch. This one is little purple pansies. This one is yellow roses. This one looks to be chrysanthemums. And look at that. The detailing on these flowers is incredible. It's lacy. It's tiny little detail. There is no damage. I honestly, these were never used. Someone got them as a gift and loved them so much they kept them, but they never used them. And these here are, I know the name of the flower, but for the life of me, I can't remember right now. I'm sorry. This is another style, and they're all that. This is the inside of the box. I have to hold the little place card things inside. They're in a satin-lined box, held in their little individual spaces. So that's one box, and there's 2 boxes. 2 boxes. These were probably late 70s, early 80s is my guess. They could be older, and I could be totally wrong. And, you know, they're a repeat. Although these are a little lighter yellow. These, because they're all hand done, right? So there's differences. These are the little purple ones. And the backs are just lightly kind of like a white leaf design, if you will. And you just put your place card at your table. These are a more pinkish than the other pansies. Beautiful, just absolutely stunning. And one more of the incredibly delicate chrysanthemums. I'm floored that these are in their box, never used, Capodimonte style porcelain flowers with nothing wrong with them. You want to give someone an excellent gift. You want to put your ephemera postcards, because you could. Let me show you. I'm going to be showing these next, so let me show you. You could take this yellow rose and insert a postcard just like this and display them rather than a flower frog. Boom. There you go. $25. It's a steal. It's a steal, y'all. Now, on this box, it says floral place holders. Someone wrote that. It will not come off. Although it might be Scotch tape. You might be able to take it off. You might be able to rub this off with rubbing alcohol. But if you were to take this off, then the whole color of the box would come off. So I would just leave it. It adds to the history of these pieces. So 2 boxes, satin lined, Capodimonte porcelain, Ainsley, England. Look it up. Okay, so going to pass on those, and I'm going to move over to this ephemera. This ephemera is to die for. It's not to be missed. They sold to one person at my sale yesterday. $8 choice. They are turn of the century from Sweden. Never used postcards. Here's postcard number 1. Some of you who are on Janine's channel may have seen this already. I apologize, but I have several sets. Here's this old gnome playing a violin on his Christmas tree branch with his bells and his candle. He actually looks like he's really into it, unless he fell asleep. This is what the back of all of them look like. And it says, if I remember correctly, what Donna Marie DM said, Happy Christmas, God's blessings, something like that. It's in Sweden. See Stockholm down there? There is no year, but I know by the brown paper and the thickness of these that they are, somewhere in the 1900s to 1920s. That's number 1. $8 choice. This is number 2. He's got a pine cone with a candle on top and a shiny, bright type of ornament, which, like I said yesterday, makes sense because these came from Europe. And this original type of Mercury inset ornament came from West Germany. So they were very popular in Europe. And this little pine branch is in a box, I believe. And what does it say down there? What does that say? Hold on. Linauer. That is probably the artist. You could look the artist up. Might be a famous artist. I didn't research these. I just know that I bought them from someone who used to own an antique mall. And I know, and she knows, that they're actually worth more than what I'm selling them for now. Here's this guy with his little mercury ball ornaments and the grape hanging down fruit. Fruit was a popular ornament. Turn of the century. That's another way to date these. And the type of candle. Do you see the thick, kind of homemade waxy candle? Yeah. And then this one. And this guy is my favorite with his sack and his, I don't know what going on, striped socks. Old-fashioned gnome Christmas pretzel ornament. Yeah. $8 choice. Nobody's interested? Really? Okay. Well, I'll keep going. Sometimes I just, I don't know. Okay. $15 for this very small green. Does not glow. So it's probably late 70s basket. Do I know the maker? No, I don't. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really that dark green. No chips, no cracks. You can see the straw marks. It could be older. I mean, it could be, 60s, even 50s, but it doesn't glow. And so, when something doesn't glow, I tend to go up to, the 70s and 80s. Paint glowed in the 70s, but the cadmium and, uranium and things they added to glass went out of vogue. But you can see all the straw marks in here. And so, it does lead me to believe that it's older, but because it doesn't glow, that's all I'm making my assumption based on. It's beautiful. It would fit, my ring. There you can see it in there. It would fit several rings on your bedside table. You could put your medications in here. You could put, use your imagination. Got any little girls? in the house? Teenage girls? Do they need another trinket box? This is most awesome. $15. Okay. I'm going to keep going, but I think I'm going to pick it up even more. And I'm not going to do a recap. I don't have very many people here. And I've run through many items with nothing. So my business model is going to switch up next year. I'm going to have a sidekick twice a month. And I'm going to start trying to do things with other resellers a lot more, because when I'm on other people's channels and I bring the same items, they sell. But when I'm on my channel, I don't have enough people that actually watch, and no one buys. Even though if I was on another channel for the same price, they sell. So there's some psychology here that I need to tap into for me, for my marketing, because y'all hear this all the time, but this is my business, other than being a caregiver. This is what I love. This is what I want to do. This is what I've been doing for years and years and decades. But I need to make a living at it, just even a little bit, because it takes so much time to go find the items, bring the items home, research the items, do a live show, make invoices, bill you, receive the money, take it to pack it up, shipping supplies, take it to the post office. It's a lot. It's a lot. So when I go through, 10 items and no one says a word, I'm kind of like, what am I doing? Which y'all would probably ask yourselves too. What am I doing? And so just putting it out there, things are going to shift up, and because I need to make a living. Okay. And that doesn't mean that, you have to buy, but they sell on other channels, but they don't sell here. So there's something I'm missing. Okay. Now that I've got that out of my system, but it's also just a conversation, and I wish people would conversate with me. And I've asked people to give me feedback, and you don't, like privately, even message me on Instagram, message me in my email and tell me what you see, what's wrong, so that I can learn. I don't know. So I'm just figuring it out on my own. Okay, $20. Elephant-footed, encased red swung vase. It's about 11 inches tall, 6-footed. I'm just turning it around, and then I will show you more closely. You see on the bottom how the red is encased and pulled over to the side just a little. And then here's the clear glass. The pontil is smooth. It has a sticker that says, good Lord, I don't know what it says anymore. Something design, and there's a moon and a stars. I don't know that you're going to be able to read that any better than me. Oh, I think it might be Gorgeous Designs. Gorgeous Designs, which is a early China company. This is not recent reproduction Chinese stuff. This is a early 2000s, late 1990s Gorgeous Designs, and I'm pretty sure it's China. It is a narrow little bud vase. It is not flashed. It is encased. And it is about 11 inches tall. So really bright and pretty in the sunlight. Six-toed. Passing on that. $15 choice. I'm going to take a sip of water in case y'all were interested. $15 choice. There are two vintage scarves. This one is 60s to early 70s. It feels very much like a silk blend. It could be all silk. They're huge, so it's going to be difficult to get it into the camera. Single stitched. Let's see if I can see. There it is. Single stitch. Beautiful. It's not blue as much as it's green, and I'll try to fix that up in a minute once I show you the design. The design screams 60s, 70s with this kind of mandala floral. I know that this is likely a designer scarf, but whoever had it cut off the tag. So I cannot tell you who the designer is. Here's the middle, and the edges and the end is the same. It is about 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. There is no damage. It's absolutely gorgeous. And let me see. It's not a blue. It's like a very light. Why is it? Let me turn off my ring light. Oh, hold on. Because it is not. It's a green. That doesn't help at all. That makes it worse. Okay. Well, it's a teal. It's a teal green. I don't know. Yeah, that's really weird. It's a teal green. Okay. And it's huge. That's the first one. Starts at 15. It feels so nice. It's so soft. So soft. Make a beautiful gift, and it'll make a beautiful accent for you to, let's see if I put it against white paper. Beautiful accent piece for you to, nope, it's not going to do it. For you to wear in the winter with your jacket. Okay, so that's the first one. This one is also single stitch. Single stitch. It is a chiffon. I'm going to go with late 70s once again. And it's sheer and it's all floral. So you start with this. Oranges and blues on a light green background. Pinks. The middle is coming up. It is pinks and yellows. See, I'm going on and on and on down to here with the blue pansy-like flowers down to, again, the orange and pinks. It is stunning. It is huge. It is. Okay, so we go like this. Across. I did not measure this, but I would wager that this is 4 to 5 feet on one side. Here's the other. 1, 2, 3. It's a square. This is about 4 feet by 4 feet. It is enormous. It is incredible. And you can have, this is very versatile because you can have it bunched together like this and have all the different colors come out, or you can turn it to just have the oranges, or you can turn it to just have the blues. You can hang it in a window. I mean, this thing, there you go. There's all the different colors. This is stunning. This was a very expensive scarf to purchase at a Macy's or Capwell's or someplace like that. And $15 choice. And it goes all the way to the floor. I'm going to stand up. I'm 5 feet tall. Okay, I'm 5 feet tall. And this on the floor to my head, it's 5 feet by 5 feet. So if you live in a cold climate, this vintage scarf would be absolutely lovely. 5 feet by 5 feet. That is enormous. Good Lord. And then again, here's the middle of that one. And it's just this really light sheer chiffon until, because it's 5 by 5 feet, you put it all together. I'm at my dad's. Sorry, y'all. I am going to pick that up and hang it up. I can't turn it off because I'm at my dad's. There you go. And most of the calls are spam. And if it's important, they'll call back. Okay, so we're passing on that. 45 minutes. I'm going to bring some ornaments, and then I don't know, y'all. I don't know how I feel about continuing. $5. So sorry. Choice. Because it's a lot. And I know, we're all done with Christmas, but I'm not only bringing Christmas, and everything I'm bringing is really reduced good price because I was able to get stuff for a good price. So this first one, the hook is so old and rusty on the top, and the old thick style. This is likely from the 1950s, possibly 1960s. It is pink satin ball with pink push pins in the gold filigreed sequins with a large pearl push pin on the bottom. It is gold. It is, hold on, is it a gold? No, it is a silver bottom. And I actually think that this bottom piece was put back on with a push pin. I think the push pin came out at some point and they put this new piece on because the top is the same type of style, but it is much older, tarnished, and worn off. And that and this hook, see that? It's not that thin, chintzy little hook. It's a big, serious hook that they used to make. They used to make hooks more like this early in the 50s, 60s, 40s. So that's dating it to me. So this is the first one from the 50s. They're all about like 3 by 3. That's the first choice. This is the second choice. I think these are all, I think this one, that's, 60s. This one's 60s. It's a little newer, and it's got the gold with the pearl push pin and the red atomic on the gold satin ball with the gold rickrack. Here's the top. I think that's beautiful. They're, of course, they're all raised, right? Here's this one with pearls and a shiny middle. Pearl bottom. It's a lighter gold with the pearls all the way up. And a very fancy push pinned top. This one is missing right here, the top pearl. You could find a pearl like this on a broken piece of jewelry and push it right onto there or glue it. Little diamonds in the middle, again with your pearl push pins. This one is a blue felted gold rickrack with stars, sequin stars, and green and pearls. Again, this is an older filigree on the bottom, early 60s, late 50s. And this one is very interesting. And I think I figured this out. See, again, with the old hook style, 1950s. This got pushed over just a little. And that's the other thing about these. You can get a new push pin. You can push the old pins back in. This is pink with white. Now, you see this hanging thing on the bottom? That is not original to this piece. Someone put it in there later and maybe hung grandma's ornament in their car. I don't know. I left it because that's how it came. Personally, I would take that orange part off. This is super cool, atomic. So much work went into these. $5 is a steal. I was able to buy them very inexpensive. So I can offer them to you. And like I say, if I get them out in the mail tomorrow, you'll get them in time for Christmas and you'll have them for next year. But I don't see any interest. I don't see any comments. So moving on. So here's what I'm going to. I have, several more items. But I'm going to ask the 3 people that are here. The 3 people that are here. Is anyone actually here and actually looking to buy anything? Or did you come to just watch, which is fine because I do that all the time. I watch and I lurk. I'm trying to read the room. Without anyone talking to me, I can't read the room. I don't know if anyone is actually here to purchase. Because I've had Angie say hello and Karen ask me a question. But no one, I'm just putting in a price, showing you the object, putting in a price, showing you the object, putting in a price, showing you the object. So I need to know if there's anyone, you got to put it in the chat. I need to know if there's anyone here who's actually interested in any of the things I've already shown at really low prices, or in me carrying on with my last items, because I have a lot of things to do for my father today, including setting up his Christmas. And, it's been an hour. And so is anyone going to put in the chat that they actually want me to continue on? I'll give you a couple minutes to think about it. And trust me, I'm not mad I'm not having a temper tantrum. But, yo, I need some engagement. I need to make, at least a couple sales, because it's a business model. And I brought, you know, I know I brought good items, and I know we're right up on Christmas, but it's not been all Christmas. So I don't know. And nobody's saying anything to me. Look at that. Dead air. I hate dead air. Nobody got nothing to say to me. Really? Okay. Well, so it's not worth it for me to continue. And there's 4 people here now, and nobody is saying anything in the chat to me about carry on, or I'm interested in that item you showed, or I got to watch the preview right before I came in. I'd love to see that item. Hi, how you doing, kind of thing. Got 6 people here now. So, y'all, anyone who just popped in, I'm getting ready to close the sale because I've shown about 18 items and had no interest. So I just need to know if anyone cared about any of those items, if anyone watched the preview and is interested in an item that you saw on there, take a moment, watch it. If you want me to continue, because it's been an hour, and other than Karen, hi Karen, you're back. You just got back from yeah, I understand. Only I live with the grandpa or the father more than half the time, and I understand. I run the house and drive him everywhere, so I understand. So anyways, Karen, I was just saying, now I got 7 people, that I've shown so many items, but I haven't had any engagement. No one's chatting. I'm talking to myself, and no one seems to want to buy anything. And I bought everything, not just Christmas, but other things as well, at really good prices. And I know when I'm on other people's channel, the items sell, and things like this incredible, antique ephemera, nobody even blinked. So well, Karen, my business model is changing up in 2024. I'm going to have a sidekick, and I'm going to be on I'm going to start reaching out to a lot of other resellers. But even with the few people I have here, I mean, like the gnome ephemera postcards, from Sweden, 100 years old, $8 a piece, and nobody's interested. That just doesn't make sense to me, because literally on other channels, these would be starting at 15 each. So I don't know, man. I have a few more items, and but I can't. This is a business, and I love vintage, and I love my friends, and I am in live sales with all of y'all every day, sometimes several times a day. And I love learning. I love chatting. I love buying, and I sell to make a little pocket money and be able to buy more vintage, some of which I keep and some of which I bring to you. But if I spend an hour and I haven't made a dime, even at minimum wage, that's not good. So if someone puts in the chat that they want me to continue, I will. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. So I'm going to give you guys my previews up on Instagram and in YouTube. Going to give you guys about 3-4 minutes, which now that's the second time I've done that. And then I'm going to go. You can also go to the little wheel on the top of live chat and do playback speed at ×2, 2 times. So it's super fast like a chipmunk. If you just popped in, and see if there's anything that I already showed that you would like me to bring back up. So I'm going to wait a few minutes and fill dead air and talk about something. And either I get a yes or a no, or I'm going to close the sale and go run errands for my dad and decorate his house for Christmas. I've shown incredible artistry pots from Chile. I've shown ornaments. I've shown incredible vintage scarves, a single stitch, just unbelievable at really reasonable price. What else have I done? The glass, a lot of glass, the incredible 1960s, what people call atomic ornaments for $5 a piece. Even if you didn't use them this year, you'd have them for next year. And more. And I have more to show, but no need to waste time. And I got to go to the Christmas tree lot and get my dad a little tiny tree. And I brought all this vintage ornaments and nativity scenes and stuff to really make it nice for him for the next couple weeks. My mom's birthday is on the 19th. So, that's a lot. And shopping, got to get groceries. Maybe go check out the stores for some of those extra holiday goods that they only sell this time of year. And go pick up his medication. Yeah, he had cataract surgery on Monday. So I need to go get him a pair of readers that are larger than the little ones we found to protect his eye for the next several days. So I got stuff to do. And I know all of you do. And I always appreciate that you show up and that you're here with me, because you could be anywhere and you're here. And I appreciate that. We all have stuff to do. We're all busy. It's not endemic to me. Trust me. Oh, and I have to invoice from my sale yesterday where, I sold $100 worth of stuff in half an hour. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I know that the stuff that I bring is desirable, but it's not happening here. And it's just, so close to Christmas. I would rather, spend my time doing something else. Okay. I'm going to show one last thing, and then I'm going to say goodbye unless someone tells me they want me to go on. I'm going to show a Christmas thing. And then I'm going to move on. Okay? $14. It's a music box made in Taiwan. Little mouse with his presents and his little sock, little bell in his hand, pink ears. He's like a bisque, cold paint. Again, there's no damage. If there was damage, I would tell y'all, right? Yes. Otherwise, I don't. Again, I know we're right on the edge of it, but you would get it right at the end and you would have it for next year. So I wound him just a little bit. He plays Silent Night. So that's one I'm just going to do their choice, okay? He's the first music box choice. And he spins. He's spinning back here. Second music box choice is a Odagiri, made in Japan, originally sold at Betty's for $28.85. Still works. Polar bear mom with her muff and her little, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, pink scarf, but blue sweater. I don't know. Really well done. Ice skating. No damage. This is indented. It's meant to look like where they ice skated. I think they're happy. I think they're fun. And it plays. What does it play? I made it so it's off. Hold on. Oh, these buttons. Let's see. There you go. So it goes round and round. They're $14 choice. I think that's Old Lang Syne, but I'm not sure. I think it's Old Lang Syne. So those are $14 choice. I see I've got more viewers. Viewers, is it possible for you to put the playback speed at 2 times as fast and run through and see what I've already shown? And let me know in the chat if you're interested in any of the items I've already shown. Because I showed the majority, and I don't do recaps, and I don't do just in case. And I'm ready to close. $24 for both. People are thinking about that. Eeyore mugs, Disneyland. This is a raised, gravelly, like star texture. Eeyore is 3D, popped out. Thank you for noticing me. This is also raised. They're quite large mugs. There's 2. They're purple. Disneyland. I believe these are around 2,000 if I remember correctly. I don't think these were ever used based on Winnie the Pooh, made in Thailand. Yeah, no, earlier, excuse me. These are like 1980s. There's 2 of them for $24, $12 a mug. You got anyone who's really into Winnie the Pooh? Perfect Christmas gift. It would get there in time. They weigh about almost half a pound each. Here's the front. Here's the back. Here's the original Disney. $24 each. I mean, excuse me. For the pair. For the pair. No damage. The inside is a lavender color. So to me, this is gender neutral. Although most people might lean towards a girl, but to me, it's gender neutral. They're large mugs. So they'd be great for your wintertime hot chocolate, coffee, tea, with little Eeyore, letting you know that he's the saddest of all, so you should feel better. Okay. Well, Thank you all for stopping in. I appreciate it. If you see something you're interested in, my email, I'll type it in one last time. It's also in my channel description. I'm also over on Instagram. If you see something you like, if you rewatch this or you see the preview, you can come in here and see what the price was and send me an email and ask me about it. If you ask about Christmas, you'll get the Christmas for next year. I'm invoicing from my Janine's Friends Selling with Friends sale right now, and I will be shipping all that out tomorrow. They will get their stuff in time for Christmas. So if anyone else wanted something in time for Christmas, you would need to let me know now so I can invoice you so you can pay me so I can ship it out by tomorrow, which is like the last cutoff date possible for USPS. Okay. And I'm doing a sale next week, but I will not be then doing one again until January the 3rd. All righty then. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Hope you have a fabulous holiday, and I'll see you all later in other chats. Thank you.